A little tea about Kenneth. Okay, so my first time with a dude story time, that was really my first time with a dude. But I had told this other dude that it was my first time with him, and he's seen a story time about my first time with a dude, and it ain't match up to our story. Give me some. Here, and I am back for another video. It's recording. Yes, it is. What's good? What's up, you guys? Kenneth here, and I am back for another video. As you can read below, wait, girl, wait. What's up, all my tops, bottoms, and girls of the world? I'm back for another video, and as you can read below, this video is all about the story times that have gotten me in trouble. I believe the first time I seen this was on my boo-boo, my good Judy, Bo Vintage, Cosmoholic Anonymous. I had seen it on her channel a while back or whatever. And I had made a mental note. I was like, girl, you need to make one of those videos because you got some story times. I had some backlash from a few people. And then also I was watching Paris, my other boo. Hey Paris here on YT. I was watching a story time like either yesterday or today. Why can I not remember? That is horrible. And she had mentioned somewhere in there that she needs to do like the same thing basically. And I was like, wait, Kenneth, girl, you need to do it. And then my ex, which a lot of my story times are about, he called me last night. And you know, he checks up on me like once a year. I don't know why. I guess that's the type of like friendship we have. We're not really friends because we don't really get along. But you know, I think that we still got love for each other there. Like it was my first everything, and I was like one of his more serious relationships, even though he done had a few serious relationships. He called me last night. He was checking up on me, and even though he don't fuck with me no more, he was basically telling me like he was proud of me, and I was like, I could fuck with that. But then he also reminded me that he feels like he made my channel because a lot of the story times are about him. I was like, nigga, you caused most of these situations, yeah, but I was in these situations too. I be needing him to just pipe down sometimes, like he made me or something. Boy, bye, okay? Well, here we go. Story times that have gotten me in trouble. Before we jump all the way into this video, I just want to say, if you are ever mentioned in one of my story times, like if you watching this and you know you've been mentioned in one of my story times, know that I have a way of telling the stories that it's almost impossible for people to figure out who you are unless they were there when the shit happened. And I'm just retelling shit that has actually happened. You know, there's no need to get mad. You know, some people get mad. I don't really bash anybody with these story times. And if I do bash somebody, it's not really bashing, it's like playful shade. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to take a joke. You know what I'm saying? So just had to put that out there. And I'm just about to, you know, get to telling the story times that have gotten me in trouble, starting off with one of my first story times ever. So one of my first story times ever was definitely the side chick pulled up, the side bitch, the side dude, he had pulled up and we had fought. And that's a different story time. That one got me in trouble too, but I fought the side chick. I fought the side bitch. Okay, that's the story time I'm talking about. In the I fought the side bitch story time, if you did not see that, I will link all the story times that I'm talking about down below. But in that story time, basically what had happened, there was this bitch, I wish you would, and he was a hoe, and he was dealing with my ex-boyfriend, and I had got whiff of this, and it was just a big kabloop of a situation, and basically me and him end up fighting. If you need a refreshment, go watch that story time. That was like one of the first story times that actually put me on. Like, that was a story where a lot of you guys was like, Kenneth, you need to keep telling story times, okay? The reason I got in trouble for that story time is because of Bitch I Wish You Would. So Bitch I Wish You Would was a hoe, and I had said it in the story time that he was a hoe. He didn't have a problem with me retelling a fight because I told the fight and it was very accurate. Like I beat his ass. He got me for a minute, but I ended up beating his ass, and he admits to that. But he wanted to fight me again because I had called him like a hoe. Like I had called him the hoe of all hoes in the video, and it was the truth. Like even his friends had said it. Like old dude wanted me to come to Houston and fight him. I was like, girl, look at that face. Like, no, I'm not coming to fight you. No, we don't need no rematch or whatever. You just want a rematch because I'm relevant and you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what my headspace was. I was like, get the fuck, like, who are you? Like, nobody knows you. Like, I'm not about to fight you. Like, what do you mean I'm not about to put you on? No, we're not fighting again. But he really wanted to fight me like for a good 2 months. After that story time had came out, he had got whiff of it and he wanted to fuck me up. I actually think he might be like a little fan of me now, whatever, because he do follow me and stuff. But I had so hard feelings towards him. He just really had me fucked up. And yeah, and now moving on to the story time, the side chick pulled up. I I got in trouble for this story time because in the story time when the side chick pulled up and we had fought. Yeah, for those of you who just probably new to my channel, y'all like, damn, you done been in a lot of fights. Yeah, my early story times, most of them was about fighting, bitch. The story time where my boyfriend had left his wallet at my house, we had got into it and I had like spent some money on his card, and then he got the notifications on his phone. And he came to get his card for me, but when he came to get his card, he had some side piece with him, and I was not having that. So when the side piece got out of the car, it was just like straight up like bop bop. I didn't get in trouble for nothing in that story, but the name I had gave the side piece, which was Nigga Ma'am, and I had gave him the name Nigga Ma'am because he was a nigga ma'am at the time. Like, but he was being real disrespectful. So he got a real disrespectful name from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just simple. Like, you disrespected me. Here's a disrespectful ass name. You're a nigga man. You know what I'm saying? A dude in a wig. And it was very disrespectful and like one track minded of me to give him that name. But I was upset. I was upset retelling that story. So I'm sure you guys understand where I'm coming from. I got in trouble though because he's actually trans now. He's a she now. Like, she's trans. She's a full woman now. She looks bomb as fuck. Okay, baby girl is serving me everything that I ever needed in life. And that's just, I don't even see her as what she used to be. You know, I don't see her as a boy anymore. And I 100% support trans women, and it's no offense against trans women in case anybody was offended by that statement. But yeah, I got in trouble for that. And I think that's all the fight stories I had got in trouble for, because the other fight stories that have to do with like bitter bitches, I'm actually cool with all of the bitter bitches from every single story time. It was 3 bitter bitches. They had tried to jump me, but we're cool now. Cause real recognize real, and they was like, Kenneth, you a real ass bitch at the end of the day. And I was like, bitch, I know, that's why I have to whoop your ass and I have to show you. Okay, so moving on to, I believe I haven't really gotten in trouble for any other story times, but like 2 other ones I believe. I'm trying to really think. No, that's really it. I mean, like I said earlier, every story time with my ex, I'm probably looking off because this view is really amazing. But like I had said, every other story time with like my ex and stuff, he feel like I owe him a check or something. But besides that, I never really got in trouble. So I guess we could talk about the last 2 story times that got me in trouble, and these got me in the most trouble, right? So the story time I slept with his boyfriend, that one bitch had got me in trouble. So in the story time I slept with his boyfriend, it was about just what I've titled it or whatever. Once again, this will be listed down below. I had slept with his boyfriend. I slept with my ex-boyfriend's boyfriend, and my ex-boyfriend had always knew that I slept with his best friend or whatever. But he didn't know that the second time we had slept together, it had actually happened in his bed. And when he watched the story time, it had created a little situation in their household because they were still roommates. Bitch, I'm so messy. I'm so messy. It was like one morning, like 2 weeks after the story time had came out, and I guess they had just seen it. Oh, my ex-boyfriend had seen it. And it was, I remember this morning because my sister picked up my phone this morning. I'm not sure. We was at the gym and I had left. I don't know what had happened, but somebody else had picked up my phone for me and they handed me the phone. And it was their good girlfriend, like their best friend. Their best friend usually does like have a morning routine, and she'll stop by their house on certain days. So she had stopped by their place a certain day, and she had called me talking about some, Kenny, what you do? Because every time it's a problem between them two, it's something that I did. I kid you not. Like, they have the perfect friendship. Besides me always causing problems, like I was a troublemaker between a friendship. So she called me and she was like, Kenneth, what did you do? Like, Kenneth, what you do? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, they over here arguing. It's just a hole in the wall. Somebody done pushed a hole in the wall and all this shit. Kenneth, what did you do? And I'm like, what you talking about, girl? And I had put 1 and 1 together, and I was like, oh, girl. Oh, I was like, oh, girl, it says story time. She was like, which one? I have 2 story times on my channel about, and both of them are about the hookups that I had with my ex-boyfriend's best friend. One is unlisted and the other one is public, but I'll list them both below, and I'll put number 1 and number 2. And she was like, but I thought he knew that. And I was like, yeah, girl, but I don't think he knew that it happened in his bed. And you know, that's OD disrespectful. And she was like, Kenneth, you trifling as fuck. She was like, you did not do that in his bed. I was like, yeah, girl, it happened in, you know, his bed or whatever. And she was like, that's why he over here looking like a red berry, because he's, you know, of a lighter skin complexion. He was like, that's why he over here looking like a red berry. I was like, girl, I guess so. I don't know what's going on? She was like, y'all been broke up for about almost 2 years now, and you still causing problems. I was just shrugging. I was like, bitch, oh well, like, they ain't got shit to do with me. Like, you should watch who you keep around you. They were both mad at me. I mean, I guess they cool with me now. But yeah, my ex-boyfriend, his best friend, them the homies, you know what I'm saying? I done smashed both of the homies. It's all good, you know. I always rather admit to stuff than have people try to throw something in my face. Like, there's nothing really that people can throw in my face because I put any business that might be embarrassing, I put it out there and I make it into a funny situation. That had got me in some trouble because I had got cursed out by like 2 different people that same day. I got cussed out by that good girlfriend and I got cussed out by my boyfriend. He was like, damn, you OD trifling. I was like, yeah, I know, I was a little trifling for that, but that's just what happened. Another story time that got me in trouble. I almost forgot about this, but my first time with a dude story time. So a little tea about Kenneth. Okay, so my first time with a dude story time, that was really my first time with a dude. But I had told this other dude that it was my first time with him, and he seen a story time about my first time with a dude, and it ain't match up to our story. It did not match up to our story, bitch. So he had contacted me via DM on Twitter, and he was like, this don't sound like your first time, because you said your first time was with me. And I was like, you know, I was storytelling with you. Like, y'all know how. He was like the second dude that I had ever hooked up with. You know, he was the second time, and he was the only, like, I counted that dude, the dude that I told to him when I had told him that it was my first time and my first time was with him. I counted him as my first time because that's who I wanted to be my first time in my mind. So I just straight up told him that you are my first time, when all reality was a whole nother dude before him that was my actual first time. But he contacted me. He was a little salty. He was like, oh, here I am thinking, like, he was boosting my head. He was like, here I am thinking that I'm the dude that took Heflawless virginity, and come to find out I'm not. I was like, yeah, okay, it's cool. It's cool. Like, you was only one that count because the first time wasn't my real first time. It wasn't that good. You was, you know, you actually had some good dick. The last story time that got me in trouble was actually a petty can, and y'all know I used to do petty can, which is now auntie can. And petty can was which petty can was it? Was a petty can where I had slept with a married man. Homegirl from that little video, just a refreshment to you guys as mine, I had messed with this married man. He wasn't married when I had messed with him. He was actually like, he was like, I guess he was in a relationship, but he wasn't married. So, you know what I'm saying? There's no way I can really put it because it was horrible either way. But he wasn't married. He was in a relationship with this girl, and this girl was very homophobic, and he was hitting on me. So I was like, okay, bitches, you want to be homophobic? I'm gonna, you know, take these little hits that your man passing my way, and I'm gonna sleep with your man. I slept with her man, and the dick was good, okay? And I had made a video about it. But unlike a lot of my story times, something that some of you may know, that I check with people that the story times revolve around, like at least 75% of the time I check with these people to make sure it's okay to tell these story times. But this particular time I didn't check because I didn't have no like connections with this girl, and she had found me on Facebook, and she basically had charged me up. And like, girl, she found me on Facebook. I rarely get on Facebook, okay? Like, rarely. When I say I get on Facebook once every 3 months, girl, I'm not playing. So she had got in contact with me on Facebook. She had like sent me a long message with the video link. She was like, I think it was very disrespectful for you to put this out. And I just held back. Like, her excuse was, she was like, I didn't know any better about, you know, being gay and stuff back then. Like, I was very blinded. I was very, you know, in my Bible when it came to gays back then, but now I know better. And she had basically told me, like, it was very disrespectful of me to put the video out, this, that, and the third. I was like, bitch, get out my face. What made it even like more awkward is that because she was like a friend of a family member or something like that. Girl, I don't know about that woman, but she hit me up. She told me I was disrespectful, and I was just like, okay, girl, like, bitch, did it look like I cared? No, like, girl, you was very disrespectful back then too. And her husband, they actually got a divorce, not because of me. They had got a divorce prior to the story time coming out, and I knew of that. But they had got a divorce, and that just added on top of her wanting to like officially end things with him. And I was like, well, girl, like, oh, I mean, I guess, like, I don't know. But that was the last story time that got me in trouble. People don't be tripping when they figure out that the story times is about them and stuff. Like I said, like, when I tell stories, I have a way of telling them where it's almost impossible for anyone to figure out who I'm talking about. Even though I did get blocked by my ex because of a subscriber had went through like all of my followers. And well, they went to the people I was following and they found my ex, like, because I guess I described my ex real good one time and it matched up. They found my ex and they had actually DM'd my ex on Instagram, and my ex has me blocked on Instagram now because he wants no part in my social media realm. It's okay to know that I have this ex, but he doesn't want, like, I understand he doesn't want it to affect his relationship and stuff. And it was very disrespectful of the subscriber to go and find him in the first place. Like, that wasn't cool. So ever since that incident, I have a way of telling stories where I tell the story and actual plot and stuff, but I switch up stuff to where it's impossible to even know when it happened. But I guess I'm lying to y'all when it comes to that, but I'm not really lying, you know what I'm saying? It's for people's protection. It's the smart thing to do. I care about other people too. I don't want other people to get hurt because of my story times, you know what I'm saying? So I switched up the years and stuff, okay? Just sometimes, like, shit might have happened yesterday and I said it happened 3 months ago. You know, it's just to be smart, but it's real stories, and that's just really it. And I really want to make this video because as we move away from story times here on my channel, you know, I'm gonna produce like at least 2 story times a month this year. So there's still 2 story times a month, but there's gonna be a whole bunch of more makeup videos here on my channel, a whole bunch of other content like skits and stuff. Like, I want to get back to doing skits. It's gonna be a whole bunch more Auntie Ken and Thought Ventures and just stuff like that. Like, that's the direction that my channel is going, along with a whole bunch more makeup centered videos. But I'm still gonna keep that entertainment element. I'm gonna have some entertaining video for all of my babies at least once a week, along with a makeup video at least once a week, starting very shortly here on my channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It was fun walking down memory lane with you guys. If this was your first time watching me, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed by now. What are you doing? And then also, everybody, please give me a big thumbs up. And that's just really it. Stay tuned for more story times, more makeup videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys, and as always, flip your hair, even if you don't have any, bitch, and stay flawless.
See me up in the club with 50 girls, posted in the back, got my things in my